Honestly, Maupin, sometimes it's a wonder to me that you've never accidentally killed yourself while using a fork. That video that you say, I support degrowth and want third world people to starve, is quite possibly one of the most intellectually dishonest and frankly idiotic things that I have ever seen in my life. That was a complete joke. Now, let's leave aside the fact that you repeatedly insulted my appearance, which I think is really funny coming from a guy who dresses like a 50s reject, a guy who's a complete self-righteous, holier-than-thou a-hole, which a lot of Christians actually are, particularly Protestants, you know, the ones that have historically supported genocide, but that's besides the point. See, now, this is going to be good because I can actually respond to you without you muting me, like the piece of shit that you actually are. So, let me get right down to it. This degrowth thing is 99% a conspiracy theory. It's not real. This is something you've made up to try, not you, but various other right-wing individuals have made up to scare people. A lot like the Great Reset. There really was no such thing. Degrowth, meaning dumping less pollution into the planet for the just try to deal with global warming, that thing that you don't believe in because you are an anti-science piece of garbage, just like the rest of the religious right. That's not the same thing as kill people off. That's not a thing. You see, here's why you're a lying piece of garbage and why you're too much of a coward to actually debate me on an issue and instead have to make everything about your ego and mute me if I ever try to answer you. I say A. You make claim X. I respond to it with A. Rather than giving B as a response to A, you simply repeat X. I criticize your line, you just repeat the line again and in no way, shape, or form show how I'm supposedly wrong. Because you can't. And you repeatedly do that throughout the entire video. You can't actually answer anything I'm saying. You just repeat your premise again and can't say anything to my response to your premise. At no point have I ever decided to make third world people starve. That's downright idiotic, and it doesn't make any sense. It's just a baseless claim by you. Even your baseless claim, with no assertion, is still a step up from threatening to sue me for disagreeing with you. So you're not a complete and total child. An entitled Richie Rich who thinks they could just censor anybody who disagrees with them. The problem here, the Malthusian here, is you. You're the one who doesn't believe in COVID and thinks there should be no COVID restrictions whatsoever, which would actually kill off a large portion of the population. Immunocompromised, children, elderly, etc., for the benefit and comfort of others, particularly the rich and big business and people who are in better health. That is Malthusianism. That's what you're arguing for. Your degrowth thing is complete nonsense. It's not a real thing. We don't have a lack of food in the world. We have more than enough. We're just not using it properly. It's not degrowth, it's just capitalism. And by the way, running the entire country running the entire world off of a cliff through global warming isn't even just Malthusian. It's downright idiotic. And anyone at this point who denies the existence of global warming, climate change, is a psychopath. an extremely dangerous individual who should, for the benefit of society, be removed from that society. Because they are a danger to the entire human race. Especially a fascist like you. I think we've already gone over why you're a fascist, international bankers, blah blah blah. So Caleb, I know you haven't a single shred of integrity. You are too much of a coward to actually debate anything for real. To summarize, you cannot answer someone's criticism by just simply restating your original premise. Because that doesn't answer anything. It doesn't argue anything. It's just a bot response. Just repeat, repeat. But then again, what could I really expect from someone who basically just sucks up to the rich anyway? And tells them how they're great. An open ally of fascists. Not just Dugan. But also of people like Patrick King. Which you've got no answer for. Because then you would have to either A, know what you're talking about, or B, research what you're talking about. But I think you did. And you knew Patrick King was a fascist. You knew he was an anti-Semite. You knew he was basically a Holocaust denier. And you allied with him anyway. That speaks to you, not me. But then again, Maupin, why don't you just go ahead and insult my appearance again? Because it worked so great the first time. And by the way, someone looking like you, I wouldn't go around insulting other people's appearance.